Have you thought about where you wanted to be in life and have no direction? Well, you are in the right place. You are tuned into another epic episode of Triona The Trillionaire podcast with your spiritual health coach, Triona The Trillionaire. Become more aligned, enlightened, and abundant in all areas of your life. She got the hair care, she got the health, and she has the wealth topics for you.
Beauty inside and out.
Welcome back, heirs, to the Triona The Trillionaire podcast. And you already know, I am your host, Triona The Trillionaire. This is such a phenomenal episode that we are getting ready to air, and you're a part of it. So stay tuned. This podcast is an extra special episode. It is designed to be experienced on December 31st. Okay? So create the lively atmosphere that you want. Listen, grab your scrapbooks, your vision boards, your wine, your charcuterie boards, your champagne, whatever you need, your grapes, your cheese. I have with me some mini naan bread with artichoke dip and a little bit of red wine. I probably won't be taking wine into the new year, but that's why we're doing it today. So I just got off the shower. It's actually 2:22. I'm always doing these synchronicities, so this is such a great thing. I got off the shower at 2 a.m. and it's the night before Christmas. No sound in sight, not even a mouse. No, seriously. It's the eve of New Year's Eve, NYE, however you say it. Y'all, we have a year's worth of podcasting to talk about tonight. So we will be doing this in segments. So really just bear with me. We'll just be talking. We're going to be vision boarding it. So if y'all hear some cutting of paper, some scrambling of paper a little bit, just know that you're blessed and continue to vision board on. Okay, so we're going to be talking about what we are leaving in 2023 and what we are welcoming into 2024. So let all the prosperity in, let all the abundance in, let all the garbage and the trash go. Okay, so I want to start segment number 1 with what we're leaving behind in 2023. And as December 30th always ends for me, I'm always looking for my notebooks, my journals that I've written in all throughout the year so I can just binge read all of that and maybe cry, maybe, retweak some visions that I had that I still want or something, So we are going to be reflecting on our personal and emotional baggage from 2023. I did cry today a little bit. I had a few tears drop. I was wondering what was going on with me, but this is literally, I'm always in the same place in my house on December 30th. And when you're listening to it, I'm going to listen back to it too on December 31st when we're doing our vision board party. So every year I write what I've accomplished throughout the entire year. And this is a big gem for you guys to catch because all these moments, big, small, we're reflecting on all these moments. And at the end of the years, I started to get so overwhelmed. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't do enough. The year ended so fast. So I started sitting with myself, and I developed this a few years ago where I would just sit and just acknowledge every great thing I'm doing. Especially if you're a mother, you're literally raising the future of tomorrow. So be proud of yourself, okay? And more things, I'm just going to rattle off the list of things we are just leaving in 2023. If you're at your home in your house and you want to stand up in a power pose and just breathe in, breathe out all the negativity, you're invited to do that right now. We're letting go of self-doubt, negativity, limiting beliefs, shedding old habits that no longer serve your personal development, personal growth, and where you're going into 2024. I want to encourage all my heirs to release any toxic relationships or situations or situationships. I don't know, maybe that job you're hanging on to. Maybe you want to start your brand in 2024. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Self-doubt, committing to believing in your abilities and trusting your process. It doesn't matter how anyone else is doing it on the internet or in your family or the people around you. You do your process. You take your time. Overthinking. Have patience with yourself. Practice mindfulness. Focus. Be present. Continue to know that these moments are beautiful instead of dwelling on like hypothetical scenarios that'll get you out of your own zone and make you have that anxiety. Another one is neglecting your personal health, your personal development. Make sure you prioritize yourself, your self-care, and create a healthier lifestyle for yourself. So if you need to write down like, hey, I want to do this certain type of routine, go ahead and write that down. Or if you gotta, whenever you feel like you caught a gem, make sure you jot it down, write it in your notes on your phone or whatever the case may be. Procrastination. We're not procrastinating this year. If those dishes need to be done, we're doing them. If those clothes need to be folded, we're hiring someone to do them. I hate to fold the clothes. I've folded so many clothes in my lifetime. I'm just like, I'm over folding clothes. But as I look at a pal right now, today will be the day we're getting this together, okay? Procrastination. Set clear goals and deadlines. Listen, when you meet your deadlines and when you're strict on your deadlines, so much work is just, you just feel so much better. You telling the truth to yourself. You can really, recognize yourself as a boss, and work towards your goals and deadlines consistently. And that is, you know what? We got 52 weeks in the year. Plan this stuff out. We got 365 days. Minimize that big number so you can be like, okay, we're going to focus on this week. This week has 7 days in it. I'm going to do X, Y, Z then. However your process is, do your process. But we are not procrastinating and taking procrastination into 2024. Absolutely not. Toxic relationships. Listen, I don't even want to go down this rabbit hole with y'all right now, but listen, distance yourself from the people who drain you. Those energy vampires, the person you just thought of, you know exactly who it is. And I know y'all like, oh girl, I know we doing our Vision Board Party, but let's not get into the dramatics and start talking about past relationships and past things that happen, okay? We are leaving them in 2023. They know who they are. Focus on the positive connections. I don't care if you have 1 to 3 friends. Those positive connections, nurturing those ones instead of looking at the negative relationships that you no longer had. Focus on, just trust me, focus. And we're going to save that one for a whole nother episode, but we're going to focus on the positive connections, those people that we do have. Okay. This next one is so crucial. The fear of failure. Embrace failure as a natural part of your growth and another opportunity to learn. Take those as lessons. Take them as blessings, not as, oh my gosh, I'm so scared to fail, so I'm not even going to start. I've failed so much. I've had so many labels, for instance, for Lily Rose Beauty, and it just was so cool for me to hear some people be like, oh my gosh, that just seems so nostalgic that I have the first ever bottle of Lily Rose. It's actually really cute for me to see the evolution of where you came from to now. What a compliment from one of my customers, one of my clients, one of my brand ambassadors, right? So instead of me fearing me failing, I was just like, I know this is not my best work, but I know it's gonna continue to grow, just like me doing my podcast. I'm like, I know I probably don't sound the best, but it's gonna give me that opportunity to grow. So when it continues to grow, then so many people are gonna be listening and be like, oh my gosh, you've been here, where have you been all my life? I'm just like, I was at the beginning stages. I was growing. I was getting consistent. I was, I had to get through my procrastination stages. I had to get through my perfectionism, which is our next one. Perfectionism. Perfectionist. Me being a perfectionist, I am leaving that in 2023. Like I said, me being a perfectionist has stopped me from completing so many tasks because I said I need it to be exactly like this, exactly how I envision it, instead of me just going ahead and just celebrate where I am right now, the small victories on the way, instead of just aiming for this unrealistic example of how I wanted something done or how I see the whole scope of things when we're just starting off small, you know? The next one is limiting beliefs. We're leaving limiting beliefs in 2023. Mental fog, mental fatigue, overthinking again. So we're going to challenge our negative thoughts and replace them with empowering affirmations. And we will get to that later on in the 2024 where we're bringing in. Comparison. I cannot stress enough. Comparison, coveting. Focus on your own journey rather than comparing yourself to others, what you want, what they have, what you don't have, the lack of what you have, and all of this other stuff, right? Leave that in 2023. We are not comparing ourselves to others. We're on our own journey. We're seeking internal validation versus external validation. We are looking at our deeply rooted things within us, right? We're challenging our shadow work. We're going through our shadow work. We're doing all of these things, and we're not comparing ourselves because, someone else, they can have a shadow where they're showing us this lavish lifestyle, but then they're struggling somewhere else in life. So we are focusing on ourselves, our own journey, and we are watering our garden. We're pouring self-love into ourselves. Like I said, we're going to get to that in 2024, what we're bringing in. Mindless distractions. We are leaving that into 2023. I do not know how many times just completely mindless distractions, scrolling on social media when I know I should have been posting something and getting off. Identify and minimize activities that consume so much time without adding value to your life. In the car, instead of me listening to music, I will start having this be my own spiritual gym where I am just completely focusing on the podcast that I'm doing, or focusing on some self-help book that I'm reading, and I will have the audio version on for me, or some mastermind that I was in. I will be listening to the mastermind, or I'll be listening to my coach's lectures or something like that. We are leaving in 2023 unrealistic expectations. We're going to set achievable goals, and we're going to celebrate those milestones. No matter how small. I don't care how small our milestones are, we're going to celebrate those. The one thing that I feel like in 2022 coming into 2023 that I said, I was like, I'm going to celebrate those small wins. I don't care how small those wins that there are, because we don't have enough moments like that in our lives to really celebrate, because it's like, okay, on to the next. I know that is how it is for me. I'm like, on to the next. Okay, I got to do this art. And I stopped celebrating my small wins, and that really took for me and drained me. So this is going to be our last one of what we're leaving in 2023, the lack of boundaries. And you can add to this list as much as you want, what you want to leave. If you want to burn that, put it in a fire. I do those burning ceremonies all the time with people that come to my house, and we just have a fire pit and we just leave those things in 2023. So the lack of boundaries, establish healthy boundaries. One thing that someone told me this year was like, you don't have boundaries. You don't have enough boundaries. You're lacking boundaries. And I was like, because I love these people. I want them to be in my life. I want to, shower them with love. And it's like, no, that's not healthy for you. And that's probably not healthy for that person. So in your personal relationships, professional relationships, prioritize your well-being, your health, your boundaries. If it's a no for you, it's completely a no for you, because you might be saying yes to that person, but you're saying no to yourself. And in 2023, I understood that. I learned that, and I had to learn it the hard way sometimes, because sometimes you cannot just listen to a podcast or hear from someone. You have to go through those things yourself. Okay, which leads us to segment number 2, brought to you by Lily Rose Beauty Co. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so in segment number 2, I want to talk about what we are bringing into 2024. And the first one is going to be, you already know, embracing self-care and self-love. That is going to be like my number one overall. Prioritizing your mental health through meditation and or mindfulness practices. Those are like my top, that's my top tier. I don't care if you're doing a facial or something and you're just listening to Andre 3000 just came out with a new album. It is beautiful. I should probably link that. I don't know if you guys heard of that, but it's like him playing the flute the entire time. Just listening to Hertz music or just something calming, a meditation. You can listen to a guided meditation or something like that if you don't know how to meditate on your own to get you guys started. But I love meditation. That's like my go-to. Meditation and visualization. Incorporating, this is probably like my number 2. Exercise routines, regular exercise routines that bring you joy and wellness. It does not have to be an extraneous workout like Tree Fit and 5. It can be a deep floor pelvic exercise. It can be, breathing exercises. It can be something that brings you joy. It can be 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be so long, but just incorporating something like that. Establishing a consistent sleep schedule for improved overall health and well-being. I cannot stress this enough. If you go to sleep at the same time every single night, which I have not done on this break, I've been literally being a night owl because I'm getting inspired action. But when this 2024 comes in, I am having my nightly routine. Like, I love to sleep at 8 p.m. to about 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. When I tell you I have like supernatural powers after I sleep through that window, that is sometimes unrealistic for me to do because 8 p.m. it's like my daughter's still up and stuff like that. So I will have to have her go to sleep at like 7 for me to go to sleep at 8. But when I have done that for, weeks at a time, that will bring me so much joy. But do the schedule that works for you. Okay. Nurturing social connections and building a supportive community. I cannot stress this enough. Build your community, build on those, relationships. Social media is supposed to be social. Don't drain yourself. Make sure you're creating the content that you want to put out there as well. Don't just consume content, but create content. And this will be in a course when I teach y'all all about branding and branding your own self, your own identity in 2024, because that is my goal for y'all. Okay, so slap that on your vision board too. You will have a brand in 2024. Okay, for this next segment, which is kind of the same segment really, but I'm just gonna say segment number 3. This is gonna be financial tips for a prosperous 2024. Okay, I want you all, myself included, because I practice what I preach. I don't put something out there and I'm not doing it. Setting clear financial goals for the new year. Creating and sticking to a budget that aligns with your personal priorities. Remember, we're talking about ourselves. We're watering our gardens and we're going to do what works for us. Exploring investment opportunities and diversifying our portfolios. Embracing a mindset of financial literacy and continuous learning. You guys, set some time aside to get your priorities in line with your finances. All right, I had a whole spiel about this. I'm gonna get into that a little later with the financial tips. Okay, I'm gonna circle back around with that, but this is gonna be my list of 12 powerful, positive, and empowering things we can do to bring in our 2024. Number one, get you a coach like myself that will help you build your brand in 2024. I'm gonna keep stressing this. Like I said, slap it on your vision board. Y'all going to work with me this year in 2024. We're manifesting it, we're visualizing it. And have self-compassion, okay? Cultivate a kind and understanding relationship with yourself, acknowledging that everything is always working out for your good. When you have those mantras that you set for yourself, they're so powerful. Goal setting with intent, with intentions. Set clear intended goals, intentions for your goals. And we're going to get into that a little later too, because I have a special surprise for y'all. Aligning them with your values, your aspirations. get your planner from Yogi, your blessed and highly favored planner, if you have not already. And in the front of there's an intention setting portion where you can actually have this be the first part of your vision board book, where you can have your vision board pasted in this book that you carry around with you every day, that you look at every day when you're in school, when you're at work, on your desk, when you're in your business meetings. You could just flip it over to that page if you get bored a little bit or whatever. Flip it over to that page and just look at it, okay? Mindful living. Practice mindfulness, stay present, and reduce the stress that you have, and it will enhance your overall being. When I tell you, when I stopped, scrolling on social media when I was out with my daughter and was like, I'm going to play with her like I'm a big kid, or I'm a little kid, like I'm her best friend. And that was so much joy just to see how happy she was that she had someone to play with. Okay. Positive affirmations, models, and sayings. Integrate positive affirmations into your daily routine to foster a positive mindset. Even if it's saying God is with me all day long, or if you say I have the same power as Jesus Christ, you seeing yourself have that power, when I tell you, that helped me out so much. When I was like, you know what? I have the same power as Jesus Christ. Okay, you guys do not want to mess with me. It literally, because at first I did not believe it. And then I kept saying it. And I was like, you know what? The Bible doesn't say, let the weak say, I am going to be strong one day in the future. No, it says, let the weak say, I am strong. And I felt that to my core. So it's when you believe those affirmations that you see yourself in that window. You see yourself having possession of that. That's the feeling that evokes inside of you, and just then you can fly. Then you have this power. Then you have that conviction. Then that's that truth to you, Anyways, on to my next topic. Creating healthy lifestyle habits. Creating healthy lifestyle habits. Adapt and maintain habits that contribute to your physical and mental health. I cannot stress this enough. Move your body. Tap into the TreeFit app. If y'all want to do a workout in there, work out. Do a small workout. Walk your dog, jog, something. Stretch in the morning. A body in motion. I always say this. A body in motion stays in motion. Okay? Learning and growth has to be like one of my favorite things. When you commit to continuous learning and personal development throughout the entire year, I promise you, it's like, why haven't I done this before? Why haven't I done this years ago, right? And it's like you start to be more eager for that development. Okay, we already went over building supportive networks, but that's like building supportive connections and social connections, but building supportive networks is another leg in itself. When you cultivate those relationships with individuals who uplift you and inspire you, that's on a whole nother level. Okay, so keep that in mind. Building supportive networks, because your network is your net worth. Your network is your network. Your network determines your net worth. When I realized that, I was like, okay. I had a whole study and experiment with that. I was like, okay, I cannot be around these people, even though they cool and I love them. If their money mindset is not where I need it to be, or not where mine is, or better, I cannot be the smartest person in the room. It's time to get in another room. Ask God to open the door for you. Okay, knock and watch it open. Time management and productivity has to be one of your main priorities as well going into this 2024 new year. I know I'm rattling off a lot of stuff to y'all right now, but I want y'all to get this before we go into our activity of the day. Time management and productivity. When you're making your vision boards, think about that as well. Develop effective time management skills to boost your productivity and achieve your goals. I'm really going to have to come out with a whole book list for y'all or whatever too. But for now, just time management and productivity. Develop some of these effective time management skills. I promise you, you're going to get done in half the time of what you used to do in 3-4 weeks, you could probably get done in a day. All right. Creativity and innovation. I love this one. I love this one. Being creative has always been like one of the things that I've always wanted. I was like, I always want to be, I want to be creative. I want to be more creative. My daughter is so creative. It's like, I want to be so creative. I want to innovate. I want to create inventions and stuff like that. Explore your creative side. Encourage yourself. Bring in innovation into various aspects of your life. Innovation is you making something better. Not you creating the wheel, but you making that wheel run faster, or just making it better. This next one, I do every single day. This is a part of my life. My practice of gratitude. Once you realize the secret is thank you, the secret word is thank you. I've done masterminds, and it's like, the only thing I got out of that mastermind is like, oh, okay, I watched this whole video, this 2-hour video, and the key word was thank you. When you practice the gratitude of thank you and you foster a sense of gratitude by regularly reflecting on and appreciating the positive aspects of your life, what God has done for you, your family, the people that are surrounding you with love, all the abundance that's already around you, I promise you, you cannot fail. You cannot fail that way. I promise you. It's just when I tell you, you cannot have a bad day. After I developed this process, I was so sad and so mad every single morning. And y'all probably looking at me like, Triona, I've never seen you mad. It's like, no, yes, I was very probably depressed and very sad, mourning, grieving. And when I developed my gratitude process and practice, I was like, okay, let me think of 3 things that makes me feel better, that reminds me of my mom and certain things like that. And the good things that I did have in my life surrounding me. I was like, the feeling of anger, mad, revenge, regret, all of that left me. So when I tell you, whenever you're mad, if you do that practice and just think about those things that you're grateful for, the feeling of upsetness is gone. So when I tell y'all, I promise you, just do that. And when you're doing your vision board, have that gratitude towards your vision board too. Don't look at it as another task. We are having fun. This is a party right now, y'all. Financial wellness. I told y'all we was going to circle back to this. Prioritize your financial wellness, your financial health by setting a budget, you're saving, making informed financial decisions. This year, we are diversifying our portfolios, which means instead of you going mini shopping sprees and having a full cart of Amazon and Shein products, we are investing, okay? Buying things that will reap a return on our monies. So that means if I buy some glass bottles, I intend, because they look cute or whatever, I intend to put oils in those glass bottles so I can sell those for a profit. Or if I'm buying a course, I intend to utilize the knowledge that I bought from that course to create my own course or ebook or digital product so I can reap the benefits from me purchasing that. If I am buying this clothes, this outfit, this wardrobe, I am intending to do a haul, a fitness haul or a fashion show haul so I can demonstrate how good I look in this. And then I'm going to create B-roll content so I can post this on my social medias so I can brand myself so I can get those clients that are attracted to me and my messaging. So all of this is a part of your grand scheme of things that we are bringing into 2024. Set yourself up for success, okay? Speaking of success, this leads us to our next segment, our 4th segment, brought to you by Lily Rose Beauty. No, seriously, set your intentions going into 2024, and I promise, there were years I ended up, oh my gosh, like when you set your, excuse me, where was I at? Okay. My mic disconnected, so we got disconnected. So I'm back. So there were years where I didn't set an intention, or I just was like, I didn't really take this serious, right? So I wanted to do something. But I was just like, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And it's like I wanted to have fun with my family members or the people around me. And I just ended up in a club. And I was just like, oh my goodness, I'm not the club person. I'm not the club type. I don't dance. I'm going to be a flower on the wall. Like, why do we have to always go to a club? So I didn't know what witchcraft or demonic spirits I was exposing myself to. And that were probably just going to jump on my back. Now, if that's your thing and, that's your thing. That's how you're turning up. You're enjoying yourself. But that wasn't mine. I was like, I wanted to go to a nice place, but I was in my people-pleasing mode. And I just didn't even set the intention, or I did unknowingly, which ended up having me have repetitive years of damage and destruction, really. And I was just like, I wasn't reaching my full potential. And I knew there was like a lid or a ceiling on what I was really trying to manifest and do. And I was just like, why am I ending up in a club 3 years in a row? Like, this is so annoying to me, So this year, as you set your intention, think about what you truly want to manifest. What are you asking God for? What are you truly going to do this year? Let go of your own willpower and really close your eyes to see within, internally, what you need and not externally what you need. So, I am going to guide us through an intention setting, let's say party, right? Guide yourself. See it, feel it, touch it, taste it, smell it, visualize it. What are you wearing? How big is your smile? How is your hair? What are you driving? What are you drinking? How is your belly? How is your breathing? How is your tone? How are you feeling? Where are you headed? What do you have in your hands? Open your hands. How does it smell where you are right now? Where are you going when you get there? How are you feeling? How does it smell? What are you eating? Oh, where are you flying? Where are you driving to pick up your brand new XYZ? Where's your camera positioned at? Who is walking past you? Saying, hey, do your thing. I can't wait to see you upload that video. You are so inspiring. That's what I want to do. I wish I was that brave. Oh, I didn't know you were flying to that beach, to that shopping store in Paris, to London, Egypt, Brussels, Rome, Singapore, Bora Bora, Maldives. Wow. When I walked into your villa, I was amazed by how blissful it smelled. It smells so delicious. Oh my gosh, you have room service? No. That's your assistant. Your assistant? May I have one of those pretty drinks? May I have some caviar? Delicious. Don't eat it too fast. It's more where that came from. I see you have an infinite amount of fizzy water. The tall cans that I like. The ones that are better than Perrier water, however you want to say it. Wow, everything is so pristine, clean, and shining. So many goodies and snacks. Where are we going now? You reserved us a spa? What? No, you didn't. Yes, I did. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. What did I do? Shh. Just come on. Put on your robe. My robe? Yes, that's yours right there. On the right. Oh my. How did they know? They have my name stitched. This is the perfect size. Oh, my body looks so amazing in this. What type of material is this? Cashmere. Listen, you know I'm vegan, right? What does that have to do with anything? Shh. Just put it on. Come on. Let's go. How do you feel? Well, when I walked in the spa, all this steam kept blowing in my face. Yes, that steam is from one of the 9 blue zones. So it's like the purest water that you can actually have on your skin. Listen, just relax, okay? Enjoy this moment. How many moments do you get like this? We don't get enough of these good old moments. You do when you're me. Ooh. Whoa. You. This leads us to our next segment, our 5th segment, brought to you by Lily Rose Beauty. Well, what I've realized is when you go through your physical scenes, through your natural senses, you manifest and you embody what you really want at lightning speed. You match that vibration up to what it is you actually want. You get out of your own way and you start to eliminate the barriers to cause you to excuse yourself from certain tables that you should have been at. That's what excuses really are. So I really encourage you and I invite y'all to prioritize yourself. What do you really want? Your spiritual health, fitness? You want to go to the spiritual gym more? We would go over the spiritual gym, in another episode in itself, because that's completely another episode. I was just going to have me going on a tangent right there. But this year, when you set in your intentions, do it with your favorite scents, your smells. Do it through your favorite foods and restaurants. Create a whole scene around your desires. Create the reason why around all your desires, around all the pictures that you're posting on your vision boards and your vision books. And I'll give y'all a few other examples of how I do my visioning as well at the end of this episode. But create the reason why around all your desires. Why would this scene benefit me? Because when. Notice I start with when, not if. Because when. Because when I move my body, I get inspired. I move with inspired action. I feel happier. I feel healthier. I am able to tell the truth to myself. I believe in the person that I see more. Those positive endorsements are released in your mind, in my mind. Why I want to be healthier, fitter, have the best body, be in the best shape of my life, because those people are harder to kill mentally and physically. I get whatever I want when I become this version of myself. Whatever it is that you want to say, you do that. If it's health, relationships, your spiritual connection with your God, all these different things. How do you want to look? Your skincare routine, your financial goals, the job that you want, the brand that you want to build, all these categories. You want to be married, engaged, whatever. All these categories that you have, put a reason why behind that. And when I usually ask my clients, why do they want that? That's something that you continue to revisit. When you feel lazy, you're saying you give up on your why. But when you think about your why, it instantly inspires you. It should be just at the edge of it scaring you and a fatty, meaty portion of why you're so inspired by that. You know, that juicy portion of that, you know. So do this in all your categories in your life. Create an entire scene. So, Triona, you're probably asking me, Triona, like, what do you mean an entire scene? Okay, let me give y'all this example. So you want to purchase a luxury car, right? I am going to tell you from my perspective. I went and I was like, I am going to test drive cars today. Like, I'm going to feel myself in this moment, okay? So I reversed my nerves when I went to go look at a $350,000 car. I will use this example because I actually did this with my dream car, the G-Wagon, right? It's a real beauty. Like, it's stunning. And I'm not even a car person, honestly. My dream is not even to have a car, to have a dream car. My dream is to get chauffeured. So I've never honestly had a dream car. Whenever people will ask me like, hey, what is your dream car? What type of car do you want? I never knew anything about cars, so I just wrote down, we had like this paper or whatever that we had to write for school when I was younger, and I just wrote down all the cars that were around me that I knew of, people that people had. I'm a child, I don't know anything about this, but notice right now all the abundance around, right? People have cars, and at that, these people had luxury cars. So look at all the abundance around me. Like, so I put down a BMW, a 7 Series BMW. My stepdad at that time, he had that car. A Lincoln Navigator, another car he had, an Escalade. I think I had an aunt or an uncle or something that had an Escalade truck, a black Escalade truck. An Audi. My aunt had an Audi. And then later I added a Range Rover on. And after having that car, I will probably never have one again, by the way. So as I got older, I did this experiment again. And I'm like, in the back of my mind, I really, where I live, we need a car to get around and stuff like that. And I'm not at the point where I do have a driver, but I've been chauffeured by drivers of, people in my circle or whatever. My mom's best friend had drivers and they would drive us around and stuff like that. So that's my thing. So as I got older, I was just like, I'm just going to slap on, the most expensive car that I know. And I started looking up cars, and it was a G-Wagon. And the G-Wagon appeared, right? Airs. I didn't even know that a G-Wagon was a Mercedes-Benz product. I just knew a G-Wagon wasn't a minivan, okay? So when I went to the actual Mercedes-Benz Stadium, to the showroom in Atlanta, Georgia, this is like one of one. When we stumbled across this, we happened to get this guy. He was a car enthusiast. Like, when I tell you, let me set the stage before I went, I came dressed so nice, professional like. My hair was so pretty. I had my baby edges laid and slayed. They were swimming on ice. I had Yellow Dream perfume on by Valentino. I was picture ready, okay? And no, side note, spoiler alert, I did not end up, buying the car that day. So I wasn't nervous at all. I came in there with my shoulders back. I felt like I belonged there. Like, it was just a regular day. It was another day. Me coming from the office, me coming from helping someone build their multi-million-dollar brand, and I'm coming to look at the car that I want. Okay, so I came in very confident, and I just knew I was going to get this car. In my head, I was just like, I'm going to test drive the car that I want to drive. When I tell you, we were there for like 2 to 3 hours looking at cars, touching them, feeling them, getting into Rolls Royces, getting into Maybachs, test driving them, smelling the new car smell. I mean, the man we had, he had me taking my hands off the wheels driving, putting them through the sunroof, like showing me how to slam the car door, like the vehicle's door, because it was so hard to shut and all this stuff, telling me where the car was manufactured at. Like, this complete scene, like, when I tell you this experience, this day was 1,000 out of a 10. This is like 1,000% like the best experience that I've had. I was hungry for the knowledge and the experience, like, to the point where I still reflect on that day. That made so many emotions inside my body and my mind, and just seeing how the cars were wrapped, seeing the paint, the fresh paint on them, seeing the car smell. We took pictures, we took videos. Now that I think about it, there's probably another, like, I probably need to do this again and go to his shop, because he was so enthusiastic with us. He loved just talking to us. And he's like, get in this one. No. He's like, what color G-Wagon do you want? When I tell you, there was like 30 G-Wagons, and I could pick whichever color I wanted. And the color that I had, it was like a pink reddish leather in the inside. It was like white on the outside. I drove so many of those G-Wagons. And when I tell you, when I walked out, I was like, okay, this is a $500,000 car. Because people were bidding on these cars. This was a nice place, I'm telling you guys. And when I tell you, you have to just set the scene of what you want in your life, and I promise you, you're going to get that. Do it with your 5 senses. Do it with your taste, your touch, your smell, your sight. You visualize it. Visualize yourself driving in that driver's seat. You have the POV, right? And another thing that I want you guys to do that I told y'all I will circle back around to, create an audio version even if you want to listen to this podcast or whatever, but you know what you want. So I want you to make a 1-minute subliminal audio if this resonates with you. If you're an audio listener, if you're an audio, or if you're a visionary, you'll resonate more with the vision board. But if you are an auditory learner, you'll learn with listening to yourself every morning, telling yourself like, this is what I want. Money comes to me easily and effortlessly. It's flowing to me from multiple sources on a continuous basis. You listening to that back and forth to yourself every single morning, it's convincing you all the more of why you want it, why you need it, why it's going to benefit your new life. Don't talk yourself out of it. Only talk yourself in it in 2024. When I tell you I'm a kinesthetic learner, I have to go experience these things for me to feel like, okay, I'm here. I manifest through smell. So I have to smell how it looks. So I have to be in that position. I have to go there. I have to drive it. I got to see how I drive in it, because I could get there and not like it at all, because I know I'm a kinesthetic learner. So again, I am so excited for you. I'm so excited for 2024. Cheers to the new year. Leave behind the old. Set your intentions and set the bar high. We are running into 2024. And I know my reasons why. No, for real. This is my real poem for y'all. I was going to make a poem for y'all, but this is my real poem for y'all. Let me get some words right. Let some stuff. Because, I'm kind of like a rapper for real. But I'm trying to make it a poetic, because this is a party, and all right, here I go. This is completely off the top of my head right now, so don't laugh at me if I get this wrong, because I'm not editing this. I'm just posting this for y'all for tomorrow. A shooting star in the sky with Triona's guidance. Let your brand fly. Building success. Reaching new heights so high. Leave self-doubt, negativity, bid them goodbye. Embrace self-care, financial wisdom, oh my. In 2024, let your spirit soar and amplify. A year of growth, joy, and dreams that don't die or won't die. So here's to you, to the goals you apply. Cheers to the new year, to the limitless sky. Press P and apply, or something like that. Anyways, I wasn't really prepared to rap today, but next time I probably got y'all. But anyways, if you're listening to this podcast, know that you're blessed and continue to be a blessing to others. I love you, the true you, and I cannot wait to see your vision manifest in 2024. Please look at the show notes, rate this podcast, and let me know what your vision boards look like. If this podcast inspired you, send it to 2 or 3 people that you know that will benefit from listening to the podcast. I love you all. Mwah. Cheers to the new